No, we said 8:30.
Right, here with Angel. We're going to have a quick chat with him. He's working the door tonight. Hi, Angel. How's it going?
Good.
Okay, first question is, how tough is your job on a scale from 1 to 10?
I would say it's not really that hard. I'd say 1. I enjoy it, so it's pretty easy going.
Nice. Question number 2, what's your favorite part about working the door?
Honestly, seeing new people come into the scene. It's really nice seeing the younger crowd slowly moving in towards and watching new bands and bands that are really underrated who should get the exposure. So it's nice seeing more and more people show up.
Yeah, and like you say, it's awesome to have new kids coming in to my shows, not just the same ones. Question number 3, what's one message you would want to share with people who come to shows?
Support. If you're gonna come to a show, stay for all the bands, not just one band. It's always nice to keep the scene alive and show that you support everyone.
How about, do you have issues like people not showing up with their IDs, or they don't have the right change? Is that one of those?
Yeah, it's. I would say that is one.
You might.
Yeah, I would say that is one of the issues, but it's not really a big issue. We do try being prepared for that stuff, but yeah, I would say that's not too bad.
Well, thank you, Angel, so much. Have a great night. Enjoy the show.
These diary entries were captured at various shows in El Paso, Texas, a local show on April 1st at B-17 Bombers, Noble Buddies on April 3rd, and Hail the Sun on April 4th at Rock House Bar and Grill.
Hey guys, we're here with our show friend Brian from Collide the Gemini, and I've got 3 questions. First question, what inspired you to be a drummer?
I have to say he was the drummer from Red Jumpsuit Apprentice. I was, getting into that music at the time. And the funny thing is, also by my brother, it was unintentional. He had his fingers like this on a table one time, and I copied him, and then from there, the knocking came about. So that was like the little thing that inspired a big thing for me.
Awesome. It's always the little things. Alright, second question. How would you describe your drumming style?
It was really, I guess, I grew up with a lot of, listening to Elvis Presley, pop music, because my brother was a dancer, so it was just kind of, all influences of music. I could say probably, the biggest foundation for me is jazz music, but I like the combination of mixing all kinds of styles, because I feel like to be a true musician, you gotta know everything, you gotta know all styles.
Oh my gosh, that's true. Definitely helps. Alright, so my last question for you. How do you think musicians can help kids get into music?
Actually, that's an interesting question because I'm an instructor myself, so I have a lot of kids that are, obviously that I teach, and I see them. I guess it just kind of depends on, how, the kind of example you set for them, and I think it's also their drive and what they see you too, because everybody's different. Everybody has a different passion for things. Sometimes some of them realize hey, maybe this is not what I want, but this is what I like, and from there, because they like it, they enjoy it. I mean, I try to make it fun for the kids as much as possible, because I remember being that age and wishing I had an instructor, but I never did. So I try to set that example for them because I want to give them something that I never had, and when I see them happy, then they're always it makes me happy to see them happy. But it's mainly for them. That's one thing. I guess it just depends on that. Maybe how passionate you are yourself. That can inspire them to be passionate.
Awesome. Well, they're a future of music, so it's really cool that you can do that. So that was a cool interview for me because I'm a fellow drummer myself. So again, that was our show friend Brian, and thank you guys.
Hey, we're here with our friend Ray from Sunset Standard for Ask a Musician. So, okay, I got 3 quick questions for you. What's your strategy for getting your band booked on shows and stuff?
Well, usually what we do is we find the promoters on Facebook or Instagram, their social media pages. It also helps going around and talking to people at the shows because you never know who's at them.
Like networking?
Exactly, networking.
Making contacts. Mm-hmm. Cool. Okay, number 2. What's the the best way to sell tickets?
Best way to sell tickets is start. It might sound a little cheesy, but start off with your friends and family. Very honestly, because they're always going to be there to support you guys. And after that, you could always promote flyers on Facebook. You gotta invest a little to make money out of it too.
Right. Yeah. I think that's one thing that gets lost is the fact that being on a show and putting a show together is a business. So I mean, there's the good stuff, and then there's also the hard work. Okay. So question number 3: do you stay for all the bands, or do you dip after your set?
I personally usually try to stay for all the bands. Rare the occasion when I'm too tired or I have to do something after, but I usually try to stay for all the bands. Yes.
Yeah, I get that because like you work, you have a full-time job, you probably gotta get up early and stuff.
Yeah. 7 every day.
We totally understand that because like it's hard for even us to. Well, of course we are older than that. I'm older, so. Cool. Thanks for talking to us, Ray.
Thank you for having me.
Alright, we're here with our show friends Andy and Genny from Luna Theory, and I've got 3 questions for you guys. So first question is, how long have you been a band?
We've been a band for like about a year.
Yeah, a year and maybe 2 months.
Yeah,
to be
somewhere
exact.
like to be exact if you want to go
Nice.
specifically.
Okay, and let's talk about some original music. What kind of music have you guys recorded, and where can you find it?
We have a song on Bandcamp. It's lunatheory.bandcamp.com, and it's called Sun Violence. That's the first. I think it's probably the first song we ever wrote, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Recorded.
Yeah, and recorded. But we're working on an album right now, so hopefully it'll be out soon.
Awesome, we'll look out for that album. And my last question for you guys is, what's your typical preparation for a show look like?
It includes a pep talk from me.
Oh yes.
Which is usually just me swearing at Genny and Dom, pretty much.
We need that.
Yeah, they need that. And tell her to move so we don't look like we're bored on stage.
Yeah, definitely some show presence helps. Alright, thank you guys so much for coming with us.
Hey guys, this is Papa Joe, and this is the Ask a Promoter segment of Show Friends. So we got our really good friend Danny River here with us of Danny River Booking. He books a lot of the really cool shows that we love going to. So I'm going to ask him 3 quick questions. Okay, here we go. So why do you promote or book shows?
Well, the first thing, I guess, when I first started doing it, I just wanted to exploit and show the talent that we have in El Paso. It's the main reason why I started promoting and booking shows.
Showcasing, hell yeah. That's our thing too. Okay, so number 2, what are 3 things to consider when saying yes to booking a touring band?
3 things I'd say are very important is, first one, the main one I think is how popular is the band, because that will determine what the offer is going to be for the band. So you definitely want to know the popularity of the band, their history of the band, in the like your local area. You know, your market is what we call it. And number 3, their history. You know, whether they have good history with
their reputation.
Exactly. Right. Yes, their reputation in the city. You don't want to book a band that has a bad reputation, because then the people are going to be like, yo, why are you booking this band when they're, you know, accused of doing example A or B or C. So.
Yeah, and also as a fan, we remember the bands that were good to kids at shows, who acted professional, who were on time, didn't waste a lot of time, and made it easy for the promoter also.
Definitely.
So I mean, we remember those. Okay, so the last question is, so what is it about booking shows that brings you fulfillment?
Really, it's just is networking and bringing everyone together. You know, connecting one another, because this is such a small music scene. You know, everybody knows everybody, no matter who you are or where you're from. Like, people are going to talk about you and your band, and they're going to associate your face with that band.
Very true. Okay, man. Well, thank you.
Hey, thank you, man.
Danny River Booking. Keep them in mind for shows, and make sure you go to his Danny River Booking page on Facebook. Give him a like and follow him, man. Be on the lookout for shows, flyers, event pages, and all we can say is that Danny River is definitely one of our show friends.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
We're here with our show friend Hector, who is doing sound tonight. Hi Hector, how are you?
Good, and yourself?
And I'll be asking him 3 quick questions. First question is, what's the toughest part of your job?
Toughest part of my job? Sleep. Lack of sleep. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 2, do you prefer to mix on an analog or digital board?
Actually, the digital. The digital, because it's a lot more flexible. The analog boards really didn't have what they have now. So I really like that. You can actually separate sounds and give each instrument its
You can do a lot more with
yeah.
that. Number 3, do you prefer to use your own gear or the house gear?
I don't have my own gear, so it's got to be the house gear.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
A band tee is usually a plain t-shirt that an artist brings on their tour that has their name, the logo, the year of the tour. On the back's usually some dates or another kind of logo that's associated with the band or the artist. A lot of the times, underground artists or bands rely on their merch sales, on their t-shirt sales, to take them on the road with them to the next venue, the next city that they're going to. So how many t-shirts do you own?
Probably own like 20 band tees. Honestly, the same.
I have a lot. I have like 30 plus.
I own only band tees, so a lot. At least 5. I own 30 band shirts.
10? 10, I'm rounding. 10.
Hey guys, we're here with Elaine Bradley of Noble Bodies. So I understand that you have a pretty I don't know, like a pretty lengthy history musically?
Sure, yeah, we do. We actually started playing together in 2004, so a long time ago.
Yeah.
Young college kids. And played together for about 4 years, toured the country twice, and had a great time. And then life kind of got in the way, you know.
Yeah,
responsibilities started weighing heavy on Bryce, the singer-guitarist, and kind of went our separate ways. I wanted to do music for real, so I joined Neon Trees. We hit it hard.
Neon Trees.
You know, made a living.
Yeah.
And then Neon Trees has taken the last few years off, kind of doing our own things, and coming back this year. But
don't sleep on Neon Trees.
Yeah. In the meantime, we decided to get back together. We never stopped loving it. It was just kind of life got in the way. So when we got the opportunity to do it again, we jumped right back on it. So
that's awesome.
Into it as much as ever.
Cool. Okay, so what are some of the like well-known or better-known venues or cities that you played in?
Noble Bodies?
Or just you?
Just me?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, golly.
It's all about Elaine right now.
I know. I mean, I've played almost almost everywhere. Though the one region that Neon Trees has wanted to go that we haven't made it to has been Central and South America. But you know, we've been to China and Southeast Asia, Australia. We do really well. We've been to Europe, the UK,
That's
Canada, US, Hawaii, even. So it's been fun.
Cool. Okay, and the final question. What is your definition of the tour life?
It's not as glamorous as you think. That's my blanket statement. I mean, it's really just a lot of grind. It's like, with Noble Bodies especially, you know, we're in a van, we drive, we set up, we find something good to eat locally, and then we play a show, and then we find a cheap hotel, and we sleep as long as we can, and then we leave and drive and repeat. So you just do that over and over and over again. And I don't drink or do drugs, so it's like not like the movies where I'm like, everything's wild. It's just we just drive a lot.
Yeah, it's not like The Dirt. You know, it's a real popular movie right now. We got to live it, and we got to live the 80s, but it's not. Okay,
it's not like that.
So you said that you find something good to eat wherever you go. Like, what have you eaten in El Paso?
Well, I don't know what place was called, but the promoter Danny got Mexican from his favorite place and catered for us. So that was really good. We had some gorditas and some tacos, some taquitos, some rice and beans, delicious salsas.
Yeah, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If you want real Mexican food, you get it here in El Paso.
All right.
Anything else is Tex-Mex or...
Well, sure, yeah.
Here, it's Mexican food.
It was great. And that's what we were looking forward to here, so I'm glad we got it.
Cool. Well, good talking to you. Thank you. Thank you for taking time.
Yep.
A new show friend, Elaine. Hey, we're here with our show friend, Shane of Hail the Sun. I think we can call him a show homie.
Show homie.
Because we've seen him quite a bit, man.
Definitely.
It's always great when you guys come into town. So I'm going to ask you 3 quick questions, okay? So how did Hail the Sun come together?
Hail the Sun met in college. A few of us were music students and met through some mutual friends around a battle of the bands that we wanted to put together, or that I wanted to put together. So I found Donovan, our drummer, that way. John lived next door. We shared a wall in the dorms. He was right next to me. So we kind of just conglomerated in Chico.
Nice. Yeah, and for all you dudes or dudettes who put down Battle of the Bands, this is what could have been missing, man, if it wasn't for Battle of the Bands.
Yeah.
Hail the Sun. Cool. Okay, so what is the origin of the band's name?
As far as I know, because it was named before John and I were official members, Eric and Donovan had been working on the project. Oh, the logo! Which we also had like way after the name and everything. Eric and Donovan had been working on Hail the Sun music for a while already, or like a year at least. And I believe that it all boils down to the fact that without that big flaming ball in the sky, we would all not even be here at all.
Right.
So,
cool.
Why not give props when props are due?
Yes, sir. Okay, last question. What are some of your favorite tours that your band's been on?
Oh, man. Some personal favorites. I have to thank Silverstein for taking us to the United Kingdom, which was my first time away from North America. A year and a half ago in the winter. I have to say probably the first ever tour we did in 2012 that went up to like Portland and Seattle. That's one of my favorites, sticks out in my memory. We were cramped, we were in a Blazer, a Chevy Blazer.
With gear and all?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome, man. Well, I want to thank you for taking time to talk to us, and we are so stoked for your sets in there, man.
Stoked.
It's gonna pop off.
This is what happens when you have show friends.
A real show friend. Hey guys, we're here with our show friend, John Stirrat of Hail the Sun, and dude, we're so freaking excited to see you guys in there, man.
Yeah,
we've been waiting, man.
Always good to come back and play El Paso.
Yeah, we know the fact that you guys always include El Paso, man.
Yeah, we try to.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you 3 quick questions. Okay. So, how long have you been playing bass?
I think I started when I was 12 years old. My brother kind of got me into it. He was a musician, older brother. got me a real cheap used bass from the 70s. So pretty much, yeah, for the last 18 years been playing. So
nice.
Yeah.
So how do you come to the decision of like choosing bass over guitar? Because you know, like guitarists get all the notoriety.
Yeah. Well, it was funny. A bunch of my friends around that time had started playing, and most of them were playing guitar or drums. So I kind of like going the opposite way. I was like, well, no one's playing bass, so I'm gonna pick that up. And around that time, I started actually hearing bass in songs. You know, before that, I couldn't really hear it. So that's kind of that was like the go-to, and then everyone needed a bass player in a band. So.
Yeah, there are very few and far between. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but bassists have a very special place in my heart because both of my kids are bassists. They play stand-up bass.
Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know that. Yeah. All right.
Cool. And okay, so last question. We always see guitarists with their flashy pedal boards and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Can bassists do that too?
Yeah, they can.
What are some of your go-to pedals?
I mean, I'm definitely not a gearhead myself. I just use a Sans amp Tech 21 pedal, which is like an overdrive that kind of gives it a little bit more beef and warm soundingness.
Tone.
Yeah, exactly. But I've definitely seen bass players with a whole spread, you know. So you can definitely go out there and get it. It just depends on what you like and the kind of sounds you like making. So I just like doing a nice straightforward. That's my go-to.
Okay. And the last part of my question.
Yeah.
It's not a question. It's a favor. Could you come up to the front stage a couple times tonight?
Yeah, sure.
I have a hard time shooting you, dude.
I'm always in the back.
I was in the back doing.
I'll come up right here and I'll lean over. You can be up front here.
Yeah, this is right here
for you.
Cool, man. Thank you.
Of course. Thank
you, man. Thank you for taking time to talk to us.
Of course, anytime.
You know, every time we do a tour and that tour doesn't hit El Paso, we go out of our way to make sure to play El Paso because every time. We love it every single time. Thank you so much for being here. Once again, we are Hail the Sun. Hail the Sun loves Texas. We love El Paso. We hope to see you very, very soon, okay? This song's called Culture Scars. Thank you for being here for all of us. Do you want to say a couple words? Say something to the crowd. Everybody, Papa Joe. Papa Joe. These two have been such a big support.
Hey guys, how y'all doing, man? About 7 years ago, I met Judy at a show for the first time. And at that time, we made a lot of really cool friends, including a lot of you guys. And it was fun. So for that reason, I want to share this part with you guys. Everything I've done has led me to you. And everything I haven't done in life yet, I want to do with you. Oh my God. I'm crying! Yeah! Will you marry me?
Everybody, one more time for Papa Joe.